Ćerka Jelisavete Karađorđević, princeza Katarina Oksenberg, sa svojim mužem došla je u posjetu svoje majci. Došla je da je vidi u Beogradu i da vidi još neke mogućnosti za moguće snimanje jednoga filma.
The reason for this visit is because we are making a movie about Prince Paul of Yugoslavia, and we've done a lot of research already, but we need additional research, a lot of the private papers that my mother has and letters that were written, and documents and pictures. And also we needed to interview production companies here, and we just went to visit Pink Film Studios, which is fantastic.
And to visit with Mom.
And to visit with Mom, yes.
If they come here to film, then they have to bring all the babies, and they will all go to school and learn Serbian. It's a very subtle plan.
The evil mother plan. Yes, the evil grandmother wants to have her kids over here. No, it's wonderful. We're excited. We're excited. We think that would be a wonderful opportunity if we got to shoot a film over here and shoot it about the family, with the family. I don't think that's ever really been done. We want to show Serbia in a better light.
We're correcting history because Prince Paul was maligned so badly during his lifetime, and the truth about who he really was and the wonderful things that he did for this country have been suppressed, and so it's time to bring them to light. And at this time also in this country he is being venerated for the first time in the government and publicly through restitution, and so we think that the timing to do a film about him is really perfect.
We were persona non grata here. We were wiped out of the history books, and so I suppose since I was a small child I really wanted to see restitution, but until I came back here I couldn't do anything. And that's now almost, about 20 years. And to live, I mean, people didn't realize that this man was really a saint and suffered and martyred himself to save this country from the war, and yet his name was rubbed out of the history books, and it doesn't make sense to me. So I can't die until he has been restituted.
Čitava kuća je zapravo na neki način dekorisana slikama, porodičnim slikama i fotografijama, gde se naravno pojavljuje i veliki portret princa Pavla. To je onaj poznati portret.
My mother is really responsible for retrieving a lot of secret documents from the Foreign Office and from Columbia University. And so a lot of additional information is accessible and available now that really exonerates him on many, many levels. And we can use all of that for the film to give a very complete picture of what really happened at that time. Because the British propaganda suppressed so much and painted such an ugly picture, and it was so one-sided and so inaccurate. So,
Casper, I know that you are an actor, that you are a producer, that you are a director. Do you think that this kind of a story and this film can have a success in when you show it?
You know, he was the head of state. He had to meet with Hitler, Mussolini, he had to deal with Stalin and Churchill and Roosevelt. His relatives were all over the world because the royal families they're all connected. He was pretty powerful, and I think its story will be so interesting for so many people because of this time period and everything that he had to go through, and his love affair with his wife.
That's Olga. This is Moina, my father's aunt, Moina Demidov. This is the Queen Mother of England, signed by her and by Cecil Beaton. This is Catherine as a baby.
and this mama is...
And that is my grandmother, Helen Romanov, the mother of Olga.
A ovo je skript za film. Na skriptu je prva strana Tajma, gde je princ Paul u svoje vreme bio na naslovnoj strani. I moje pitanje je Kasperu, pošto će on igrati princa Paula, da li ima neke sličnosti? Do you think that there is certain similarity between you and Prince Paul? What do you think?
Right there.
Maybe the jaw. I will have to do a little bit of work on creating that character a little bit more. I'll actually have to comb my hair back. But you know, I think it's more of the capturing the essence of what kind of man he really was, and he had such a heart And I think
Paul mixed with Tarzan.
Prince Paul mixed with Tarzan.
Really?
Interesting.
Because he played Tarzan.
But you know something? I met your grandmother, and I'm the only one who met her. You do look like her a little bit.
Probably more like Olga than he looks like Paul.
What do you think?
I think Catherine does look like my mother, Olga, because I look much more like my father, and she took over from my mother's side because of being blonde and blue-eyed, who was a famous beauty. And so is Catherine, a famous beauty.
No, infamous.
And infamous, of course.
You both are infamous. You're very naughty.
And we'll have Maya playing Elizabeth.
Na ovom stočiću nalaze se uspomene iz svih kuća u kojima su boravili Karađorđevići. Jelisaveta kada je bila mala imala je uvek, pored svoga uzglavlja, ovakve male stočiće na kojima su se nalazili ovi detalji. Sve ovo ovde prvi put sam videla u Njujorku. Taj stan je prodat. A ovo se sada ovde nalazi u Beogradu. To su mali detalji u zlatu i srebru koji podsjećaju na njeno detinjstvo. Princeza Olga, knez Pavle, pečati porodice i Romanov i pečati porodice Demidov.
Who inspired us to do this project, interestingly enough, was my father, who is 89 years old, and he was the one who has, for a year and a half, every single day been saying to us, this is your calling. You have to make this movie about Prince Paul. And at first I thought he was crazy. And then when we started to do, I was feeling like, he said, this is my swan song. I'm going to help finance it and everything.
Next to my father's bed all his life.
I remember that one.
He wound it like this.
And what made this man such a hero is that he was not for war. This is a Serbian patriot and leader who did everything to protect his country from war. So it's such a different archetype in terms of the Serbian personality.
As portrayed.
Yeah, and I think he's such a great role model for Serbia.